You're listening to the only GLBT sports radio show in the nation. Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX. This is Compete Sports News Brief.
I'm Buddy Early with your Compete Sports News Brief. If you claim that you had all four Final Four participants in your bracket, well, you're probably a liar. The most unpredictable college basketball tournament in years is down to a Final Four that no one saw coming. Not a single number 1 or 2 seed advanced to Houston, the site of this weekend's Final Four. Instead, we have a number 3 seed, a 4, an 8, and an 11. Of the nearly 6 million brackets filled out at ESPN.com, only 2 correctly predicted a Final Four consisting of Connecticut, Kentucky, Butler, and Virginia Commonwealth. It's the third time in the tournament's history that an 11 seed has advanced to the Final Four. For Virginia Commonwealth, it's payback to all the experts who said the team shouldn't even have been invited to the dance. In one semifinal, VCU plays Butler, which makes a return trip to the Final Four after last year's Cinderella run. The other semifinal features 2 traditional basketball powers, Connecticut and Kentucky. The final will be played Monday night. The Associated Press has announced their All-Americans, and only one of its top 10 players is still active in the tournament. That would be Connecticut's junior guard, Kemba Walker, who was joined on the first team by fellow seniors BYU and Smith. Purdue junior Jawan Johnson and Ohio State freshman Jared Sullinger round out the first team. It's the most seniors on the AP first team since 4 made it in 2006. Fredette, BYU's first All-American since Danny Ainge in 1981, received all but 1 vote from the 65-member national media panel. Smith was second with 61 votes. The voting was done before the NCAA tournament. Named to the second team were Arizona sophomore Derek Williams, Kansas junior Marcus Morris, Wisconsin junior Jordan Taylor, Notre Dame senior Ben Hansbrough, and San Diego State sophomore Kawhi Leonard. And in college hockey, the teams are set for the Frozen Four that begins on April 7th. The Fighting Sioux of North Dakota will face Michigan in one semifinal, while Minnesota Duluth squares off against Notre Dame in the other. Those games and the national championship game on April 9th will take place in St. Paul, Minnesota. For more news, log on to CompeteRadio.com. I'm Buddy Early. This has been your Compete Sports News Brief. I'll be back later with more news.
Compete Radio is brought to you in part by
One Community is an interactive web and events community for gay, lesbian, and allied individuals and corporations. For more information, please log on to onecommunity.co.
You're listening to Compete Radio with your host, Josh Fourier. Sports News Brief with Buddy Early. Alfonso Chavez with Sports Pop. The conservative voice, Eric Carlisle. And resident straight lady, Connie Wardman.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Josh Fourier. We're here with Alfonso, Buddy, Connie, and Eric. We're syndicated, guys.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Woohoo!
So
This is a great deal.
Making history.
Yeah, so newest edition is Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, Madison. Welcome.
Now, I'm not very familiar with Madison. I haven't ever traveled there, which will soon change.
I'm very familiar with Dolly Madison, one of my favorites.
Does anybody here know how to Madison?
I do know that Madison is a great party town for college-aged kids.
Well, I was surprised what a huge gay community is actually. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered, pink, purple. I'm so surprised how diverse it is. I never would think, Madison, Wisconsin as being the thriving gay community, but that's awesome to know that we have such a huge community in Madison. Does anyone else ever know?
I don't know, but what I do know is that, one of these days I look forward to going out there and meeting some of those Scandinavians out there in Madison.
Some of the cheeseheads.
And I love cheese. So.
With love.
Well, this week we have a lot going on in sports pop.
This is Sports Pop.
All right, so I think I'll start the segment off this way. I'm sure we all know this song, right? Well, if you don't know it, you know what it is now, yes? Well,
Such a beautiful, ethereal piece of music to lead into The Simpsons.
isn't it?
Yes, it's incongruous.
So, as we know, the Simpsons have pretty much just done it all, right? So,
Well, there's a saying out there in pop culture that goes this way: The Simpsons already did it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, such as like Family Guy and American Dad, and even South Park, sometimes watch the episode and they're like, oh, they're copying The Simpsons, or it's already been done on The Simpsons. And, it holds true for many situations, but recently it kind of went to a whole new level when The Simpsons changed the World Cup. Now, anybody have any questions so far?
What is the World
Yes,
Cup,
what-
Alfonso?
The World Cup is an international world championship of football, which is what soccer is called in every place except the United States.
Thank you, Alfonso.
You're welcome.
was that right? That was right?
In his little sarcastic way, yes, it was.
Okay,
So
I didn't know.
That's a passing grade on that one.
All right, so what's going on, and why are the Simpsons being brought into this? Well, I'll be nice.
If I'd known in advance, I'd have worn my blue March hair.
Well, hey, at least you didn't call it another sport like curling or something,
Yeah, exactly.
So the World Cup of curling.
I curl that every day.
Yeah, but actually in the United States we call it the World Cup of soccer.
Okay.
So a lot of us know that the nation of Qatar has won the 2022 World Cup bid to host the games. And most people complained more on the nation's human rights failures, its treatment of women and, people in the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, intersex community. But there were some other issues they had to resolve, like the heat. A lot of the players were concerned that it was going to be too hot to play in triple-digit temperatures that time of year, since it traditionally takes place in June.
Oh, my.
They are going to be having some air-conditioned open-air stadiums, which sounds like a huge waste of energy to me.
Wait, air-conditioned open air.
Yeah.
Stadium,
Meaning
yeah.
there's no roof on these stadiums.
Exactly.
But yet they're air-conditioned.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess when you have that much oil, it doesn't matter.
Right. I mean, it'd be like air conditioning an amphitheater.
Yeah.
Well, that gives a whole new sense to what my dad always told me. He was always like, close the front door. We don't want to air condition the whole block.
Well,
But,
Qatar apparently does want to air condition the whole block, which isn't that big because Qatar is a small country.
Yeah, it's about
Very
the size
small.
of Connecticut.
Yeah.
they're altering the climate in America.
Yeah.
Well, wait, they're in
to air
America.
condition 7 stadiums.
Yeah.
Anyway, so people that'll only solve the problem to a certain point, because again, these are open air stadiums. They actually came up with another solution to assist the players on the field. Qatar University came up with something called an artificial cloud to
Okay.
quell those complaints of the heat. Now, what this is a 500,000 device that is going to float in the air.
A 500,000 watt device.
It's basically this carbon fiber type thing, and it's flat,
Okay.
and it's solar powered and controlled by a remote control, and it's basically going to float above the pitch where
Sounds
the
like
game
out of a
is being played,
sci-fi movie or something.
Yeah.
to basically provide shade for the players on those games.
That would be kind of like a roof,
Well,
maybe.
Yeah,
but then you wouldn't have an open air stadium, Connie.
Does this have something to do with The Simpsons?
Well,
or
that.
Let's we'll get there. So this what it has to do with The Simpsons, in the 1995 episode titled "Who Shot Mr. Burns?" Mr. Burns had this idea to block out the sun, putting the town of Springfield in perpetual
Oh,
darkness,
yes. I
forcing them
remember
to
that.
use his nuclear energy in the town. So this idea of blocking out the sun to create shade was actually originated by The Simpsons, well, as far as we know. in 1995. So this is kind of a trip to know that something I watched in junior high actually came to fruition.
It's coming
for a
soon.
soccer game. Yeah.
I think that given the sports minister's comments when the country was first awarded the World Cup, his homophobic comments, and given the country's record on equality and things like that, I think it's really to block out progress. Isn't that what
well, you know what?
Like
that could be the blocking out the light. Yeah,
the light. Very good.
I think you're really onto something there, buddy.
It just sounds
I have
like
good ideas.
You do. You always have good ideas, buddy. But it sounds very complicated. It sounds like instead of just building the roof in the first place, they're doing this like 30-step process contraption to make it cooler.
Like wrapping your head in aluminum foil so you get all the right signals coming from outer space.
Are there any images or videos or anything where we can actually see what this thing looks like?
There aren't any like actual photos, but there's like artist renditions of it.
I want to see this.
And basically, it looks like a smartphone that has a solar panel on the top and like 4 little fans on each corner. Well, I guess they'd be big fans if they're covering, they're blocking out the sun for
So
football.
it's like a giant hovercraft.
Yeah, it's like a big magic carpet that is made out of light carbonic materials.
Wouldn't that be a disaster if it failed and nobody gets hurt of course, but it failed and just
and killed the World Cup.
It lowers onto the field.
Yeah.
Well, it won't kill anybody or hurt anyone. We don't want to put that out there, but that would be something else to see something like that
well, if it
in
hasn't
action.
happened in a Simpsons episode, quite clearly it's not going to happen now.
Well, of course, right? and even South Park, right? Is this the clip? Even
even South Park had, there was a similar situation.
Don't have a cow, Dad.
So it is true. If South Park says it, it's true. The Simpsons have done it all.
That was an episode titled "The Simpsons Already Did It," where Butters wanted to block out the sun, and his friend basically foiled his hopes of being the originator of the idea when he said The Simpsons already did it.
Well, and I've never thought of it that way before, but they've done everything. I mean, that show's been on for 200 years. So at this point in time,
it was going on 2 centuries ago when I was still here.
Sure. Well, we have a lot more coming up in today's show. We have a great show for you today. Be sure to stay with us and also log on to CompeteRadio.com. We'll be right back.
Log on to CompeteRadio.com for news, information, hot topics, and more. Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Thomas with Thomas Eye Care. Have you ever been one of those unlucky individuals with dry, irritated eyes and have been told you can't wear contacts? I'm here to tell you today there have been many breakthroughs in technology and materials paving the way to finding a more comfortable and successful contact lens for you. At Thomas Eye Care, we offer the newest technology in daily disposable lenses, as well as the newest silicone material developed for comfort and moisture retention. Give me a call today to schedule an appointment and discuss if you're a candidate for this new, exciting technology. Mention Compete Radio and receive a free trial lens kit to get you started after your qualifying exam. Call 602-996-9906. That's 602-996-9906. Our office is located inside Lens Crafters, right next door to Target, across the street from the Paradise Valley Mall. We're open 7 days a week, and walk-ins are always welcome. And most vision and medical plans are also accepted. Call 602-996-9906 today. Start taking care of those eyes.
Thompson Image Photography specializes in headshots, portraits, children's photography, weddings, commitment ceremonies, editorial, and lifestyle photography. Our studio is located in Paradise Valley. We offer a wide range of products from your standard prints to prints on canvas. There are 2 photographers at Thompson Image Photography, Don Thompson and Stephanie Heyman. We can be reached at 602-418-2262, and please visit our website, www.thompsonimage.com.
At InTouch Wellness Center, our team has the experience and compassion to ease your mind and take care of your specific needs. We are committed to the newest techniques available and are always searching for new ways to effectively care for our patients. We are excited to offer spinal decompression and look forward to sharing the most cutting-edge advances with you. Say you heard us on Compete Radio, and you'll receive a complimentary exam and 20-minute decompression session. Stop by our office located in Phoenix at 3431 West Thunderbird Road, Suite 9, or call 602-548-1998. You can also log on to InTouchWellnessCenter.com.
The party place to be for over 26 years is Charlie's at 7th Avenue and Camelback in the heart of Central Phoenix. There's always something going on and drink specials every day. Kick off your weekend the wet way with Go-Go Boys and dance music on the patio with Wet Fridays at 9:30 and after hours until 4 a.m. Also wrap up your weekend on Sunday with the party on the patio starting at 3 p.m. It's Sinful Sundays with volleyball all afternoon and drink specials too hot to handle. Find us on Facebook under Charlie's Phoenix and get updates on daily specials. It's Charlie's.
Something dirty going on. Compete Radio is brought to you in part by
One Community is an interactive web and events community for gay, lesbian, and allied individuals and corporations. For more information, please log on to onecommunity.co.
Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Josh Fourier. We are here with Tim Connor. He is the wellness advisor for InTouch Chiropractic here in Phoenix. Tim, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, chiropractic. I'll just right off the bat say, when I think of that, I think of nothing but bone-crunching, painful, just not pleasant at all. I've heard otherwise, though, from many people saying that there are benefits to going and getting treated this way.
You know, that's actually the first time I've actually heard that.
Oh,
that
really?
It actually hurts? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, actually, we hear that a lot. I mean, chiropractic medicine and chiropractic technology has changed over the last 20 years. Myths and what people think or perceive chiropractic medicine or chiropractic treatments are not what they are. Chiropractors are experts in the care of bones, nerves, muscles, connective tissues that make up about 60% of your body. All of the joints in your body are part of the musculoskeletal system, and its optimum function is necessary for overall good health. People think that you need medicine to make you better. That's not true.
I'm on the antibiotic right now. Yes.
Well, and that's the thing is, many people as far as believe that covering up symptoms with medication, what it really actually does is you're ignoring the underlying cause and delaying the healing process.
Would you say that that is a considerable problem in our country where, like, I went to the doctor, they said, oh, you have bronchitis, well, sinusitis going into bronchitis. They gave me the Z-Pack, you know, the 5-day extended release antibiotic and sent me on my way. Well, it's day 6. I still don't feel that much better. I mean, I'm improving, but is there another way that people should maybe consider taking care of their illnesses when they do get sick?
Well, I mean, there's many different ways as far as taking care of things. Eating correctly, proper nutrition, you know, health, as far as your exercise regimen, all that stuff goes along with keeping yourself healthy and fit. When you have symptoms, you know, if you have a heart problem, the first symptom usually is a heart attack. And, you know, you can get involved as far as much earlier by taking care of yourself. Chiropractic actually aids in your complete spine, and people just don't realize as far as what the nervous system function actually does. It takes care of everything in your body, from stomach problems to headaches. Headaches are not normal, you know, and people think that you just take an aspirin. No, there's something wrong if you have a headache, a pinched nerve, there's something going on, you know, some cause of that headache within your body.
See, and I don't know how well people will relate to me, but I am on a daily, I have to take 2 Tramadol every day when I wake up. If I don't take it, then it starts, you know, with a slight headache in the back of my head, and then it turns into a migraine before the day is over, and then I'm done by the end of the day if I don't take this medication.
Yeah, see, that's not normal.
Right, right. And I've pretty much been convinced that I need to basically take prescription medication for the rest of my life. They've tried other medications, different testing, and can't find anything wrong other than the fact that I get headaches. So what, I guess maybe, on a side note, for me, would going to a chiropractor, would it help?
Well, obviously I'm going to say yes as far as it's in your condition, as far as in what like I said, I'm not a chiropractor. I'm just a wellness advisor.
Sure.
But based upon the people that I have talked to and what I've seen our doctors do, absolutely, without a doubt, chiropractic can definitely help. I mean, there's many different health problems that people don't realize. I mean, the 5 major symptoms as far as that people have are abnormal motion or position of the spinal bones. That can put pressure on certain nerves. That's going to affect, you get that sciatic problem, in your lower back from sitting too long. Well, that's a spine problem. You get headaches, abnormal nervous system function. It's abnormal muscle function, abnormal soft tissue function. All those lead to other symptoms and other problems. And by going to a chiropractor, you have the opportunity as far as to alleviate those problems and work on a plan to get you back to health, to a healthy lifestyle.
So I make an appointment to go into InTouch Chiropractic, and it's appointment day. I walk through the door. What should I expect?
Basically, it's a 2-part. We do a complimentary consultation, full spinal exam, all the X-rays, but it's a 2-part interview consultation. Basically, what would happen is you would come in the first day. You would go through a couple leaflets so you kind of better understand what we are all about, what chiropractic medicine is all about. And then we take you back for an evaluation. We do a full range of motion tests so we can see exactly where your spine and where your body should be and where it is at this point. We then take X-rays. We invite you back the next day or whatever scheduled time is best for you. We explain and go over the X-rays with you and find out which phase you are in and how many sessions or how long it would take to correct the problem and to maintain that healthy lifestyle that you're looking for.
All right. Well, my concern, I mean, it sounds pretty laid out. I'm comfortable with the layout. For me and many other Americans, I'm tired of having to shell out money for every single type of medical treatment or philosophy there is. Is there something special we could do for our listeners that are listening right now if they were to walk into your office and say, I heard your interview or commercial on Compete Radio? Is there anything we can do to maybe alleviate some of the cost for our listeners?
Well, we work with anybody. We're not going to turn away anybody just because of cost or whatever. If you have a problem, obviously that's why the doctors that we work with, Dr. Carla and Dr. Pisano, got into chiropractic medicine. They're not just here to make a boatload of money. They're here to actually solve a problem and create that education that chiropractic medicine has been looking for. So what we will offer people is we want people to come in. We want to dispel the myths of chiropractic.
Yes.
Obviously.
Many of them.
And what we want to do is, any of the listeners, we want to offer them, it's a complimentary consultation. It's a full spinal exam, all the X-rays. In addition to that, we want to...
well, I didn't expect that. So 100% free, complimentary.
It's completely complimentary.
Oh.
Yeah, we want, like I said, it's basically about the education. If we can educate people onto what their symptoms are or if they are in pain and give them a sound solution that makes sense to them, obviously we're doing something correct.
That's awesome. Okay, so just to clarify for our listeners, if you go to InTouch Chiropractic and say that you heard this interview or a commercial on Compete Radio, they will receive a complimentary evaluation.
Correct.
And
that includes basically the X-rays and the complete consultation that goes with it.
Wow.
In addition to that, what we want to do is we want to offer, because it is new, and many people don't know about it, is our spinal decompression. And by doing that, we're going to basically put you on a table and give you a complimentary session of spinal decompression, which alleviates stress and pressure within your spine and all of the vertebrae that you have there.
Now, the spinal decompression session, how long does that last?
It takes about 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
As far as, it's we're looking for anybody, like I said, in the beginning of each session, you're fitted with a comfortable harness. It's designed to offer you optimal decompression. During each session, you're going to experience multiple cycles of relaxation and distraction, basically pressure and relaxation. It's going to pull, push, it's going to pull, push, very comfortably though. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to complete. Each cycle is between 3 to 5 minutes, and during the distraction cycle, you're going to feel some relief of the pressure in the areas where any kind of pain exists. What is important is that when you do come in for the evaluation, you be honest and upfront with us as to what type of pain you are suffering from. And then we can target that area for you, and you can basically see immediate results.
Wow. If you just joined us, we are speaking with Tim Connor. He is a wellness advisor for InTouch Chiropractic, offering all of our listeners a complimentary 20-minute spinal decompression session and a complimentary evaluation.
Correct.
That's awesome. I mean, we're thrilled that you're offering this type of offer, to our listeners. Now, your offices are moving. Are you still going to be on Thunderbird?
We are actually we're on Thunderbird, right on the intersection of 35th and Thunderbird right now. We are actually going to be moving just 1 block north and 1 block east as far as to 24th and Greenway.
Okay, we're almost out of time, but if you're listening right now, they are at 3431 West Thunderbird Road, Suite 9. That's in Phoenix. Or you can call 602-548-1998. That's 602-548-1998. Or log on to InTouchWellnessCenter.com. Tim, thank you so much for being here. We are out of time. I wish we had more. I have so many more questions for you. Log on to CompeteRadio.com, and we'll be right back after this.
Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX.
Roscoe's on 7th Sports Grill.
Host of the first big party every week with its 2-for-1 Tuesday and Thursday nights.
Enjoy great food and daily drink specials while watching one of our 13 screens, catching all your favorite sports action, plus the best scenery in town, if you know what I mean.
Roscoe's on 7th is located just south of Highland on 7th Street. Log on to roscoeson7th.com. Roscoe's on 7th.
Your sports bar.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Thomas with Thomas Eye Care. Have you noticed you're not seeing very well at night anymore? Are you noticing you're not tracking things as well on the court or on the field? How long has it been since you've had your eyes checked? Do you know what's going on inside your eyes? The eyes don't always give us a painful reminder, letting us know that something is wrong. We need to have a doctor look inside our eyes to see what's going on. A professional baseball player, which you probably have heard of, noticed his peripheral vision was going. He had not had an eye exam in years and ended up losing his vision to glaucoma. His career was stopped short and his life was forever changed. Don't let this happen to you. We can see so many things inside the eye which let us know what's going on inside the body through a routine eye exam. Just to name a few: diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Don't take your eyes and your overall health for granted. Give me a call today to schedule an appointment. Call 602-996-9906. That's 602-996-9906. Our office is located inside LensCrafters, right next door to Target, across the street from Paradise Valley Mall.
The party place to be for over 26 years is Charlie's at 7th Avenue and Camelback in the heart of Central Phoenix. There's always something going on and drink specials every day. Kick off your weekend the wet way with Go-Go Boys and dance music on the patio with Wet Fridays at 9:30 and after hours until 4 a.m. Also wrap up your weekend on Sunday with the party on the patio starting at 3 p.m. It's Sinful Sundays with volleyball all afternoon and drink specials too hot to handle. Find us on Facebook under Charlie's Phoenix and get updates on daily specials. It's Charlie's.
Thompson Image Photography specializes in headshots, portraits, children's photography, weddings, commitment ceremonies, editorial, and lifestyle photography. Our studio is located in Paradise Valley. We offer a wide range of products from your standard prints to prints on canvas. There are 2 photographers at Thompson Image Photography, Don Thompson and Stephanie Heyman. We can be reached at 602-418-2262, and please visit our website, www.thompsonimage.com.
Steel Gym, the only real gym in New York City. From aerobic machines to strength training, 2 floors with all the equipment you need to achieve your fitness goals. Independent, more personal, open 24 hours, and named one of the top 6 gyms in the U.S. by Muscle and Fitness magazine. All personal trainers, welcome. Steel Gym. Come by and see why we're the only real gym in New York City.
For more information, feel free to contact us at www.steelgym.com or 212-352-9876.
Hi, this is Angela, president of One Community. We are an interactive web and events community for gay, lesbian, and allied individuals and businesses. One Community is proud to sponsor Compete Radio's weekly show on 1480 KPHX. Remember, you vote with your wallet every day. For a list of gay, lesbian, and allied businesses and to find out about our upcoming events, visit us at www.onecommunity.co. Social membership with One Community is free. Business memberships start at just $30 per month. For up-to-the-minute news, One Community business discounts, and your chance to win great prizes such as starring in a video with the Phoenix Mercury's Diana Taurasi and Penny Taylor, log on to onecommunity.co. That's onecommunity.co.
Roscoe's on 7th Sports Grill. Host of the first big party every week with its 2-for-1 Tuesday and Thursday nights.
Enjoy great food and daily drink specials while watching one of our 13 screens, catching all your favorite sports action, plus the best scenery in town, if you know what I mean.
Roscoe's on 7th is located just south of Highland on 7th Street. Log on to roscoesonseventH.com. Roscoe's on 7th.
Your sports bar.
I am Gay Sports.
I am Gay Sports.
I am Gay Sports.
I am Gay Sports.
I am Gay Sports. I am Gay Sports.
I am Gay Sports. And together,
we are Gay Sports.
Compete Radio is brought to you in part by
Thomas Eye Care, located in Paradise Valley. Call 602-996-9906 to schedule your eye exam today.
This is Compete Sports News Brief.
I'm Buddy Early with another Compete Sports News Brief. Thursday was opening day of Major League Baseball, with expectations high for most of the 30 ball clubs, although some expectations are higher than others. In Philadelphia, for example, anything but a trip to the World Series will likely be considered a disappointment, since the club has built up arguably the best rotation in the history of the game. No other team in the National League can come close to matching the Phillies' rotation of Cliff Lee, Roy Halladay, Cole Hamels, and Roy Oswalt. Will they live up to the hype or crumble under the pressure? In the American League, the Red Sox are less of a favorite, but a favorite nonetheless. By adding Adrian Gonzalez and Carl Crawford in the offseason, they have bolstered their lineup to make them the team to beat. As usual, the Red Sox will be aiming to hold off their rivals, the New York Yankees. Off the diamond and in the courtroom, this week's drama in the Barry Bonds trial was provided by the Sluggers' former mistress, Kimberly Bell. On Monday, Bell testified that Bonds attributed a 1999 elbow injury to steroid use. She also described Bonds as having been verbally abusive during their 9-year relationship, and that he threatened to, quote, cut off my head and leave me in a ditch. Bell told the court that Bonds' physique changed during the time they were together, describing his shrinking testicles, back acne, scalp hair that fell out, and chest hair that turned gray. Such mental and physical symptoms are often associated with steroid use. In college football, Fiesta Bowl CEO John Junker was fired this week amid multiple investigations of alleged financial misconduct. The investigations could potentially result in the Bowl losing its BCS status. An internal investigation made public on Tuesday found evidence of potentially illegal employee conduct and spending irregularities. 2 other top Bowl officials were fired in addition to Junker. And 40-year-old Cheryl Swoops is back in the WNBA after missing the last 2 seasons. The former 3-time league MVP signed a contract this week with the Tulsa Shock. The Tulsa Shock, by the way, went 6-28 last season, so they have a lot riding on Swoop's returning to top form. Cheryl Swoops won 4 championships during her years with the Houston Comets. I'm Buddy Early, and this has been another Compete Sports News Brief. Log on to CompeteRadio.com for more news.
You're listening to the only GLBT sports radio show in the nation. This is Sports Pop.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Josh Fourier, here with Alfonso Chavez, Buddy Early, Connie Wardman, and Eric Carlisle. If you've just joined us, that was, first of all, awesome interview. Glad to have them on the show. But in our first segment, we were talking about how the Simpsons have done it all. Well, our next story kind of is on the same premise of animation. We all remember the Jetsons. Well, apparently they are making the news now as well. You guys remember this?
I do.
Very clearly.
It brings back memories of the childhood.
Even though I do want to add that I was much too young to have watched the Jetsons.
You're still a child there, Josh, so.
Oh, I know. I'll always be a child. So what do the Jetsons have to do with anything right now, Eric?
Well, I'm going to hold you to suspense for a bit. I do want to say, we didn't welcome back Connie. So I won the pool. She's still alive.
Thank you.
She's been gone for the last 2 weeks, and some of us thought it was her early demise.
Is it an above-ground pool that you won, or a kiddie pool?
Yes.
I supported you. I won $1.50.
Really?
Thank you, Josh.
Well, and
he'll be digging it out of his desk after the show.
And there was a huge, Connie, I tell you what,
Yes?
out the window here and then upstairs there is this massive dog. And Eric had convinced me that it was actually you, and you just hadn't shaven in a while. So
Well,
I'm glad to see that you shaved.
Back to wrapping aluminum foil around your head.
What does that do? Is that like
It gets all the rays in so that, the from outer space, and we
Oh.
seem to be on that right now.
That is not the Jetsons tie-in, people. Don't think we pulled that.
That's what I
No,
was thinking.
it's Eric's deal of pulling wool over your eyes that I would be a dog.
We're going to start this segment with me making Buddy really upset. Buddy does not like the way I pronounce things. I'm going to pronounce this. Jose Canseco. That's totally wrong. I love it.
Yeah, I think it has an extra N in there.
You got all the letters there. It's just your pronunciation. Is wrong.
Before I tell you why we're talking about him, I do have a question for you, Buddy. Has he always been known to be nuts?
Well,
Oh.
for most of his career, yeah, he has not had the stellar reputation.
Yeah, he's like totally the Charlie Sheen of baseball, isn't he?
Kinda, yeah.
Heaven forfeit.
And I didn't realize that. I mean, I always thought he was awesome, but I didn't realize that he was, an Anne Hayes during that weird period of her life.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
He has done some crazy things in the past few weeks. Let me tell you a couple of them before we get to the Jetsons tie-in. One is, I'm going to tell you about a few weeks ago on The Apprentice, he actually dressed up as a woman for one of the segments. So it was Jose Canseco in full woman's gear, playing a school teacher.
Nice.
What's
So
wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong, but I mean, it's just he's very supportive of the community.
Wasn't it Barbara Bush that he was dressed as
That's
specifically?
what he looked like.
Oh,
So
okay.
He didn't, I was expecting Jose Canseco, Rita Moreno, not Jose Canseco, George Bush as a woman, So
Now, I don't mean to throw this off track. And
Yes, you do.
I do, but I don't. But this kind of ties into last week with the big uproar about, John Cena. I just have a question, and I would like one of you homos here to answer me, just honestly.
He's excluding you, Connie, I think.
Well, Connie, you don't count for this one.
Okay.
But Eric, you just said that, he's supporting the community by wearing a dress.
he was showing that it's okay that you can do that.
But I want to know why wearing a dress has anything to do with being gay.
Well, that is the conservative point of view, as
Why is that
at the beginning of the show.
Why is that conservative?
I don't think that's what it is, and I think Eric misspoke by saying he's supporting the community.
No,
but
well, you know what, Eric is
I
not
think
the
it was
first.
a joke.
I think what it really is Jose Canseco is showing that he's okay with looking like that.
He's comfortable with his masculinity.
Is it more an issue of just being secure as a man, or is it a sexual orientation issue?
Or is it a ratings issue?
Maybe he knows he looks busted in a dress, so it's funny and he's in on the joke.
Yeah, exactly. Alfonso kind of...
I wouldn't have asked, but it's like the 5,000th time I've heard someone suggest something like that. And
Well,
I'm
you'll
just-
find out more in the later segment why I refer to that, because it gets
Okay.
better as we go through.
Okay. Better. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw the diversion in there.
No, that's great. I think that even though I'm always right, it's always good to have other opinions.
Somebody called Dan Savage. It gets better.
Oh man.
But I mean that's I mean I would never wear a dress. It just depends on who the person is. But that's really not. That's just opening up what we're going to talk about. The second thing he's done, and this is crazy, is he was scheduled to be in a boxing match. And he had a problem with the promoter, so he sent his twin brother.
Oh my God! A total train wreck alert. This story, I'm serious. It is total train wreck alert. Go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
I typically don't do total train wrecks. I'm just going to talk.
No, I'm talking about the story itself. What Jose Canseco did.
So anyway, he sent his brother to be in this fight, and they discovered it wasn't him because they don't have the same tattoos. So he got outed. See, that's how I was tying it into the gay thing. He was outed at the boxing match.
Is this like when you were in school and the twins would try to play a trick on the substitute teacher, except it didn't work when their names were John and Jill?
Or even better.
One of them had a cowlick and the other didn't. You know.
Or one up whenever the twins would switch boyfriends and the boyfriend wouldn't know.
When one of them's male and one's female.
Well,
Yeah.
not
the twins. I
necessarily.
mean.
So he did the whole Milli Vanilli routine then, right? Switching out, hoping no one would
Josh
find
didn't
out.
know it's true.
Well, what's really funny about this is that Ozzy Canseco is like 2 inches shorter than Jose and weighs like 50 pounds less, at least according to Jose Canseco.
And they don't look alike really that much either.
No,
They're
they
similar but not identical.
And so nobody noticed. Were they really trying to get away with
No,
this?
somebody did notice
It was
actually.
a tattoo.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
He was tattooed 2 inches shorter than his
This is how the drama broke out. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Ozzy, he's also a professional, a professional baseball player. Ish.
Professional light.
It worked at the fight weigh-in when Ozzy wore sunglasses and a T-shirt, but when the rouse was up, when he took off his T-shirt. Yeah, that was the exact quote. Maybe I should have done that.
Well, what's funny is that Jose Canseco to talk about this, and the story gets better because Jose Canseco told the reporter, "Well, you have to call my line where it's $1.99 a minute because I want the money to go to charity."
Oh, Jose Canseco's like Miss Cleo? We can call him
Yeah,
and
except
get,
you can call and talk to him. And then he ended up telling this reporter that the reason why they let this go on was that he wanted to support the boxing match promoter, so he just let it slide that it was Jose Canseco and not Ozzy, except right before the match, after the weigh-in took place, they were supposed to announce that it was Ozzy.
Are we throwing Don King in here anywhere?
Well, I'm watching the clock, and we really need to move on. I hate it, and I just saw Josh stare down me for using that word. But I want to tell you what the Simpsons or the Jetsons has to do with this.
Please. I was just going to ask. What? Yeah, sorry.
This week, I love The Apprentice. I was actually going to vote for Donald Trump for president until some recent statements that he made, but I still support him 99.9% of the time.
We all love The Apprentice. Don't
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Anyway, if y'all watch The Apprentice on Sunday, it was a really great episode. ACN, which makes those new video phones where you can actually kind of like a computer phone where you
Like
can see
Skype.
Kind of like Skype, but you have to pay a lot more money for it.
Yeah. Except not free.
It really looks like one of those Jetson phones. So that's why I thought it was like the Jetsons, because the phone looks just like the Jetson phone, this ACN phone they were doing a commercial for. So each team, if you don't know the premise on The Apprentice, there's the men right now versus the women. They each have a team. They have a challenge. The winner of the challenge gets a prize for their charity, and then someone gets fired. Well, the men's team, which has like Little John and Richard Hatch, et cetera, on the team, they had to make a commercial for ACN. So the commercial they chose was Gary Busey received an ACN phone back from his son for Christmas. Said, "Plug this in. I've got a big announcement." The son comes on and says, "Hey, Mom and Dad, I'm here in, I don't know, I think it was Argentina, Brazil, or something, one of those countries." And he said, I'm engaged. I want you to meet my fiancée. And he pulls over a dragged up, in a mill, like made up Jose Canseco as his gay partner. So the power of the ACN phone.
Jose Canseco's getting kind of comfortable in drag, it sounds
That's
like.
why I was alluding to the thing with the dress before, is I already knew this. But they even beat up Marlee Matlin, who did this heart-tugging sign language thing with her quote-unquote daughter.
They beat her up?
No, they won.
They should at least warn her that they're coming, because they could blindside her, no pun intended.
Exactly.
Well, I know people who
She's deaf,
who
not
are
blind, I
missing
guess.
one sense. The other ones are heightened, so she might have been able to sense them coming.
I mean, I really love Marlee Matlin. It was so emotional to see her do sign to her daughter in another country, but then you forgot about that because you were laughing so hard when you see Jose Canseco come on as a part of the gay couple.
Yeah, well, here's what really upset me about that. they put Jose Canseco in a faux hawk, and any queen that still has a faux hawk, it really needs to get with it. And this is my suggestion to straight marketers that want to appeal to the gay community. The faux hawk is dead. Just wanted to let you know that.
Messes up the tiara and keeping it on your head. That's the problem.
He looks like that Ryken Lemchuk, the one from the Amazing Race. No, he did. He looked just like him. I thought that's who it was at first.
Do you know anybody's name?
Yes, buddy.
Other than Eric Carlisle. And
I have to say, though, I haven't seen the photos. He's been in drag 2 weeks in a row, basically, is what you're saying.
Well, it was a couple weeks in between.
One time he was in drag, one time he played gay.
Both times he was a little busted, you might say. I got to say, RuPaul would get on his case, Hunty.
Santino Rice would read him and send him home.
Say, you need to mix it up. Don't keep showing us body, right, Alfonso?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get a clip of that.
Josh would say that.
Let's get a link to that on CompeteRadio.com, Josh.
What's that, The Apprentice?
That Apprentice segment, yeah.
If the NBC will let us, then we will put it up. They may have yelled at YouTube for having it on there, but if I can find it,
we can link right to their site.
Yeah. Well, coming up, we have news. Not news. I'm sorry. We've been through the news. We have events. we have events from your city and around the world. Coming up right after the break, log on to CompeteRadio.com for news, information, hot topics, and more. We'll be right back.
Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHS.
I am Gay Sports.
I am Gay Sports. I am Gay Sports.
I am Gay Sports.
I am Gay Sports. I am Gay Sports.
I am Gay Sports. And together...
The party place to be for over 26 years is Charlie's at 7th Avenue and Camelback in the heart of Central Phoenix. There's always something going on and drink specials every day. Kick off your weekend the wet way with Go-Go Boys and dance music on the patio with Wet Fridays at 9:30 and after hours until 4 a.m. Also wrap up your weekend on Sunday with the party on the patio starting at 3 p.m. It's Sinful Sundays with volleyball all afternoon and drink specials too hot to handle. Find us on Facebook under Charlie's Phoenix and get updates on daily specials. It's Charlie's.
7:30 going on.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Thomas with Thomas Eye Care. Have you ever been one of those unlucky individuals with dry, irritated eyes and have been told you can't wear contacts? I'm here to tell you today there have been many breakthroughs in technology and materials paving the way to finding a more comfortable and successful contact lens for you. At Thomas Eye Care, we offer the newest technology in daily disposable lenses, as well as the newest silicone material developed for comfort and moisture retention. Give me a call today to schedule an appointment and discuss if you're a candidate for this new, exciting technology. Mention Compete Radio and receive a free trial lens kit to get you started after your qualifying exam. Call 602-996-9906. That's 602-996-9906. Our office is located inside Lens Crafters, right next door to Target, across the street from the Paradise Valley Mall. We're open 7 days a week, and walk-ins are always welcome. And most vision and medical plans are also accepted. Call 602-996-9906 today. Start taking care of those eyes.
Thompson Image Photography specializes in headshots, portraits, children's photography, weddings, commitment ceremonies, editorial, and lifestyle photography. Our studio is located in Paradise Valley. We offer a wide range of products from your standard prints to prints on canvas. There are two photographers at Thompson Image Photography, Don Thompson and Stephanie Heyman. We can be reached at 602-418-2262, and please visit our website, www.thompsonimage.com.
At InTouch Wellness Center, our team has the experience and compassion to ease your mind and take care of your specific needs. We are committed to the newest techniques available and are always searching for new ways to effectively care for our patients. We are excited to offer spinal decompression and look forward to sharing the most cutting-edge advances with you. Say you heard us on Compete Radio, and you'll receive a complimentary exam and 20-minute decompression session. Stop by our office located in Phoenix at 3431 West Thunderbird Road, Suite 9, or call 602-548-1998. You can also log on to InTouchWellnessCenter.com.
Roscoe's on 7th Sports Grill.
hosted the first big party every week with its 2-for-1 Tuesday and Thursday nights.
Enjoy great food and daily drink specials while watching one of our 13 screens, catching all your favorite sports action, plus the best scenery in town, if you know what I mean.
Roscoe's on 7th is located just south of Highland on 7th Street. Log on to roscoesonseventhtcom. Roscoe's on 7th.
Your sports bar.
Thomas Eye Care, located in Paradise Valley. Call 602-996-9906 to schedule your eye exam today.
Compete Radio is brought to you in part by
Sports Club of City Square, with 35,000 square feet filled with state-of-the-art equipment. Call 602-285-2929.
You're listening to the only GLBT sports radio show in the nation. Compete Radio.
Welcome back. I'm really excited about the Saguaro Cup. We get to, what's the right word, DJ? We're doing a show.
Present.
Yeah,
We're going to be there making sure everybody has a good time.
Sure, we have hours and hours of the most popular music.
You might want to be more specific on that, Connie.
I want to be as less that specific.
You sound like the reporter at the Grammys.
Right, let's go ahead. Terrace chasing those for the have the pet.
I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of people are gonna be there, and special thanks to Joey for setting all that up for us. Joey is our field sales guy here at the office. So what else is going on in the area, Eric?
There's always lots of things going on. I'm so excited.
You sound excited.
I am. I'm excited.
Eric was twittering on the computer, or he was chatting with people on computer.
He was on Grindr.
You know, many of you don't know this.
Bear 411, get it right.
Oh my God!
I'll be sure to let my girlfriend know about that. Thank you all.
Girlfriend.
The SEC isn't listening, is it?
I don't know if Buddy got this. I do want to say that we get email from celebrities all the time, and we got
What's
one.
sending them, Alfonso?
I think he's sending himself emails.
No,
That's what's happening.
We got one yesterday from Lindsay Lohan.
Oh.
I don't have. I wish I could open up now. I would have.
What?
Well,
Is it LINZILOWHAND?
Well, some guy who I don't know his name because I can't find the email, but he said he would call in an interview with us either as himself or as Lindsay Lohan.
Oh.
So,
okay.
Interesting, isn't it?
Fun.
Is this going to be an event?
I think we had that interview last week,
Only
didn't we?
in his mind.
I know a drag queen named Lindsay Mohair. Not the same. Her costumes,
sounds like she needs a shave.
Her costumes are pretty fabulous.
So anyway, we're not gonna have them on the show, but I do want to say
I've already been preparing questions.
we have some stuff coming up. One great thing is
God, I could use some trouser gravy right now.
Is on Saturday, April 2nd. On Saturday, April 2nd, come meet hopefully Ken Hunt from Compete Magazine and Compete Radio, and also David Ray. We have a great fundraiser called Jocks for Jocks. It's going to benefit the AIDS Life Cycle 10. It's at West Hollywood's Hamburger Mary's on Saturday, April 2nd. It starts at 7 p.m. It's actually a bachelor auction, so come get your bachelor auction on.
So when you say Jocks for Jocks, is this jock straps?
It is.
It is.
And they're not. They're sanitized and everything, right? It sounds
They're
dirty.
brand new.
Yeah,
Come
when you
on.
buy jock straps, typically people haven't worn them unless you order them that way on eBay.
Some people like them. Some people like them pre-worn. I think there's a whole fetish party going on this weekend at a bar locally.
Now, this is fun. We're working with the jockstrap queen. I'm sorry, we'll leave that for later. However,
That could be any number of people.
Yes, we're calling it a sexy, fun with D in parenthesis razor.
I gotta say, I just love how a lot of times Connie is so oblivious to the comments and the innuendo that she makes and how they have other innuendos. And she is our resident straight lady in more ways than one. You know, I just think it's great.
Connie's freaking awesome. We love her. Eric, we are squashing your segment. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. I'm actually having to work while
His
we're
other
here
segment.
anyway, so we don't want to forget about April 1st and 2nd. I've been practicing. It's the power of a new leadership conference with Campus Pride, Voice, and Action Award presentations in Portland, Oregon. So you want to check that out. That's an exciting time. April 1st. If you can't join the new leadership conference, I don't know what you can do. So, no, actually, it's the NWLGBT. We want to keep it serious because we love Campus Pride. But check out CompeteRadio.com for a link, or you can go to CampusPride.org directly to find out more about that one.
Yes, keeping it serious seems to be the theme of the show today.
Definitely.
Now let's talk about this World Cup, where I think Josh and the whole radio team is going to be on April 7th. Yay! Why don't I get applauses? The People Bill is going to be there, for gosh sakes.
I think that
It's going to be in the ballroom.
It's the 8th? Okay.
Is it with or without the paper sign in the back window?
It depends if I want anyone to actually get a prize or not. No. You're right, buddy. It is April 8th. You can see at the Wyndham in Phoenix. You can come meet Josh. He's going to be radio DJing and doing some segments for the radio show, along with Alfonso and Buddy, and many of your Compete Radio crew is going to be there.
Guaranteed to be a train wreck.
Can we just very briefly say that the Saguaro Cup is a very large gay softball tournament that occurs in Phoenix every year?
Yes.
We haven't said that yet.
Takes the fantasy out of it.
Buddy doesn't watch the clock like I do. People go to CompeteRadio.com for more information.
Lots of good-looking guys, and we'll probably have a link to where the games are being held on CompeteRadio.com, Josh.
Well, of course.
Good.
Well, we have to now, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All right.
I'm glad that went over the way I wanted it to.
Thanks so much for listening. Thank you, Madison, for joining the Compete family. Log on to CompeteRadio.com for news, information, hot topics, and more. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Compete Radio is on 1480 KPHX. Log on to CompeteRadio.com for news, information, hot topics, and more.
Roscoe's on 7th Sports Grill. Host of the first big party every week with its 2-for-1 Tuesday and Thursday nights.
Plus the best scenery in town, if you know what I mean.
Roscoe's on 7th is located just south of Highland on 7th Street. Log on to Roscoe'sOn7th.com.
Your sports bar.